welcome to another Fresh Off the Stalls. As you can see, we're being unreasonably festive. Why? Because this is the first Fresh Off the Stalls for our first Panto this year. And so Christmas has officially begun. As far as in November, almost December. We're getting very close, but I think now it's fine. It's close enough to happen. Anyway, in fact, so we've just been to see Sleeping Beauty at. I have to look at you to say that because I keep getting my Pantos mixed up. But I'm going to see Sleeping Beauty at the Leicester Square Theatre. We're going to try and get this done as quickly as possible because I'm a bit pissed and quite tired.
Yes, it's one of those evenings.
It's one of those evenings, but I think we can say we've actually had a marvellous time.
It was, yes. I've seen a few Pantos. This one was pretty great.
Yeah, we could probably just end the video here if we wanted to, but let's dissect it in the ridiculously unwieldy way that we really do. So yeah, Sleeping Beauty is an adult panto, written and directed by Stuart Saint. It's been going on at the Leicester Square Theatre for 3 years, and if I remember rightly, and do correct me if I'm wrong, because I usually am, it's actually listed as one as a Telegraph's one of the top 10 pantos in the country. And I think
wouldn't surprise me.
And even if it isn't, it should be. It is rather fantastic, and if it has gotten an accolade, it really does deserve it. So what is an adult panto? I know I'm exploring that idea with my upcoming feature, Pantomonian. Do tune in. It's just like, I think I describe it as just like they've just made there's just a bit more swearing and a bit more dick jokes.
I mean, it is basically not just dick jokes, other
Fanny
genitalia-related jokes.
Yeah.
Imagine... Panto's always risque, but imagine if you didn't have to worry about there being children in the room, because the only children are over 18.
Yeah, they just go to town, and oh my god, do they go to town at some point. There's just some things which happen which are just utterly filthy and disgusting,
yes.
And it couldn't be any the more funnier for it. We're going to try not to give away some of their gags.
They don't shy away from controversial topics in the news, for instance.
Yeah. Just things they shouldn't do with used sexual detritus. Yeah. And it just surprises you. And there's no holds barred. Not just in the filth, but also, as you said, the satire. Yeah. I think the satire is one of the strongest points, and they just do things which are pretty much too soon.
A little too soon.
A little too soon, but still quite funny.
Some excellent moments.
Yeah.
But then you're laughing.
But you're laughing, and I think they've they've pitched it marvellously. So it's incredibly tongue in cheek. Yeah. But it's still really funny. It's never offensive. Disgusting, vile, but never offensive. And I think in my tweet I did earlier, I said you couldn't ask for anything more expertly debauched. However, interestingly, I think there were points in this where I actually was crying laughing. Mm-hmm. I literally wet myself, and my cheeks got moist. Indeed. And I mean these ones.
Yes.
Now.
It's an adult panto.
It's an adult panto. We're still in adult panto mode, and I've had a bit too much wine. But the bits I liked the best, and I think worked the best, wasn't where they were trying to be, oh, let's make jokes about sex, which were very funny, don't get me wrong. The bits I thought worked best when they were just sending up panto. The very self-knowingness I thought was really well done. I loved the bit where the prince kept going on about the perverted panto plays keep coming on. The same thing kept getting repeated and sort of like, but was sending that up. The whole bit, which was a satire of like old school pantos as well, which
some excellent rendition of, I don't know if it's a panto staple, but it's certainly a variety staple.
Yeah.
And very well done.
Lots of playing around with each other's bells.
Yes, absolutely.
Literally. Yeah.
Not figuratively.
Not figuratively, literally.
Who must we mention from the cast?
It has to be. We've lost our programme somehow. It has to be Leon Scott, who is, I gotta say, it's the hottest Prince Charming or Willy Wonky in this. Yeah, and not just because they've rather sparkly packaged him up.
Yes, they've gone for the minimum of material in his costume, but made it sparkly.
But even though he's like God, he's so hot to look at, and I don't usually descend into just general drooling.
It's an adult panto.
It's an adult panto. But I think at the same time he is an excellent he's an excellent panto player.
And
he really is. He's got the energy, he's got the timing, he's got the bouncing things, not just off the audience but also off his other cast members as well. And he's he's a proper professional actor as well, but he does panto marvellously. I think also who deserves a special mention has to be Miss Dusty O.
Wonderful. And of course, it wouldn't be fair not to mention her costumes are fantastic, and it's.
I know the detail is brilliant. It's just like God. Her costumes put this Crocker terribleness to shame.
Yes.
I mean, if this is pretty, you haven't seen anything until you've seen Dusty O's costumes. I kid you not.
Magic and sparkle.
Magic.
You don't mean Marks and Spencers.
No. I also really like, again, Titbit, played by Rachel Bourne, is again another really good panto player. As again, that energy, that sort of sense of fun, that sort of sense of interaction between cast and audience. Same with You Look Familiar, played with Alexander Beck as well.
Yep. Paula Masterson as Fairy Muff. Wonderful voice.
Yeah, actually, everyone's brilliant. I think this is the thing you couldn't ask for. You couldn't ask for a better panto cast all round. So I think we've mentioned everyone except for Booty, played by Alice Marshall. There you go. You've got to mention. You were brilliant, just as the rest of them. It's really funny. If we had to pick any foibles, because I'm a grumpy gay critic after all, I have to be miserable about something once in a while. He says wearing Christmas decorations, earrings.
No mince pies.
No mince pies. No mince pies and press night. Ghastly oversight. I think sometimes it just got a bit too silly, and I think some things were kind of like. I think a few things are a bit try hard instead of like some of the things they were trying to send up. Yes. Not so much right. It ever marred it, but it's just kind of think like it was very very slightly. The rest of it was absolutely excellent, but
I mean, it won't be unusual in Pantos this year to see a song from everybody's favourite animated winter-based tale, and there was one in this, but it wasn't bad.
No, it was still an excellent Panto. It's just like, I mean, I'm being nitpicky for the sake of being nitpicky now. Just at some point it gets a bit silly, but Panto is supposed to be silly, and that's probably the grumpiness in me coming out.
Yes.
But everything else I loved, and as I said, I genuinely was crying with laughter at some point, which is something Panto really does. I usually love Panto, I always laugh at Panto, but when I'm at the point where I'm crying with laughter, the only other Panto I know that's made me do that was one of the Charles Court Opera Pantos, which is also listed in the Telegraph's top 10 UK Pantos, which I will also be going to see on Monday, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. I don't think I can say much more than this. This is an excellent Panto. You really need to be booking very, very soon because a lot of the dates have already sold out.
And it's a very small house.
It's an incredibly small house. It's more tightly packed than... let's not go there because this is going out on YouTube. We should probably just end it. I probably should just go to bed. But really, an excellent Panto. It's been a great start to the Panto season with me. For me, I laughed loads. I said I even cried laughing at one point, and just brilliant. Thank you very much. It's just can't get Christmas off to a better start than being utterly filthy and smutty and puerile and debauched and everything we hold near and dear to our hearts, to quote Chicago, or something along those lines. I think we should stop. Stop and probably get more wine.
Indeed.
More wine. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Do you like my earrings?
They're wonderful.
No, I thought I don't.
Bye.
Bye.